This week on Thursday, workers all over America took to the streets and demanded an actual living wage. Fast food workers, to be specific, the folks at McDonald's, Burger King, and the like, protested all over the damn place. Why? Well, they'd like an actual living wage. I know. Communists. But, give it a couple of seconds. Think it over. Perhaps you should make enough to feed your family when you're working at the place that feeds over 1 billion families. McDonald's, I think they can afford it. Now, the question is do they deserve it? And the questions, of course, come from the same people like they always do. So we thought we'd bring you every conversation you've ever heard from the Wall Street Journal. Ladies and gentlemen, I give thee somebody on the side of, hey, perhaps workers should be getting paid a living wage, versus the guy who's the Wall Street Journal.
What's the goal here? Because this has been tried before, right? Having a strike, draw attention to it. It didn't seem to work last time. Will it work this time?
I've been looking at things, and I've noticed that strikes have existed before. Is this possible? Listen, I'm just saying, you tried this, you lost, so never ever say anything again. Really? Is that how that works? I'll remember that when your team of lobbyists shows up to Washington. Guys, you've lobbied before. Really, do you need to lobby again? Wouldn't you just love that to be reversed just once? Wouldn't you love to hear, like, it's interesting because you actually have tinkered with the markets before. You've been reckless with your capitalism, and you've sunk the middle class into a deep poverty. So why are you doing this again? Somehow we miss that. But I'm sorry. I think we've tried this trying to get a living wage thing before. Really? You're going to try again? Indubitably. Alright, here it is. There's part duh. This guy keeps trucking. Ladies and gentlemen, Wall Street Journal guy, he's got more questions.
Let's come back to that in a moment. I just want to read a statement from the National Restaurant Association. It says, restaurants are the cornerstones of our nation's small business community. Over 90% of restaurants are independent or franchisee owned. From local diners to city steakhouses to America's favorite chains, restaurants are creating jobs and providing real pathways to success. Obviously, that's just part of it. There's more of the statement that they've made, but the general thrust is that they're not thrilled about this.
That's one way of diplomatically putting it. I have something that I really should read. It's from the restaurant industry. It's let me see here. Go fuck yourselves. We're cheap bastards. That pretty much sums it up. I just wanted to take more of your time because I didn't want to talk to you. I just wanted to read the talking points from the industry that I represent. Let's keep it real here on Wall Street Journal Live. All right, so there you have it. The mouthpiece of corporate America trying to have a conversation, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, with somebody who believes workers should get a fair wage. Oh, wait, sorry, he's not done yet. Keep it coming, Skippy.
$13 an hour in San Francisco, that seems reasonable, but we're talking about $15 an hour, and not everywhere in the U.S. it has the same wage structure. Here in New York, we have very high cost of living, high wages. Why are you trying to make a $15 an hour here equivalent to $15 an hour in South Bend, Indiana, where the rents are minuscule in comparison? It doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it doesn't make any sense. As long as I'm not living in South Bend, Indiana, where, by the way, you're still fucking poor at $8 on minimum wage. Just in case you were curious about what's going on in South Bend, because obviously that guy is, a living wage for one adult is, as he said, $8.65. But if you have one adult and one child, a living wage is $17.53. $17.53 is a little bit above $8. One would say it's double that. So what's one to do? Fuck your child. I believe I have another memo from the restaurant industry. We didn't tell you to have children. Seriously, we're still cheap bastards. So, alright. I know. Listen, it's a hard game out there, and we have tried to address your concerns, Wall Street Journal, but I have a feeling you have one more beef.
Now, talking about a scale, in the UK, we have an age-related one. You've got to acknowledge, I think, that when people come out of school, part of the low pay, which we all had when we left school, was learning, right? You're getting paid through being taught skills, right? And so the minimum wage is based on age. It goes up. If you're 16 when you leave school, you're going to get a lower minimum wage than if you're 18 and if you're 21. How about that? Does that seem fairer to you?
So, and our organization opposes those policies. We think the youth job situation is not really driven by the minimum wage.
But do you acknowledge that people have to learn how to show up to work on time and do what they're told and learn the skills? That is part of it, right?
It absolutely,
and that costs money.
I'm sorry, I fell asleep sometime in the Reagan years and just woke up now. Did I miss anything? For fuck's sakes! I mean, this is what drives you nuts about these conversations. Listen, if they had legitimate economic talking points that we could actually do something with, that would be fair. But I'm so tired of talking about millennial stuff and talking about the modern economy with people who think we're in 1982.
Truth at your convenience.